swear I do not believe it. And they are back on terms.
Good evening, welcome again to the Rotherham United podcast. We have got a bonus special episode tonight, a relegation special. We have the usual suspects with myself and Ben, but as you can see, we have our Sheffield Wednesday fan. Everybody can boo now. Together, they love it. Not all.
I'm from Rotherham, just to make it worse.
We're going to get some views now. And we've got Jordan as well, who is a Derby fan. Thanks for joining us, boys.
You're welcome. I'm here as well, but don't mention me.
Yeah, you're always here, mate.
Yeah, thanks. Just feeling a bit left out, that's all.
I said hello, get over your set.
All right, okay.
So I thought with it being the week where one of our three clubs are going to go down, I thought we'd all get together and talk about how rubbish we all are in this relegation.
Two of these three clubs are going down.
Two of the three clubs are going down, yeah. It's you would normally call it a relegation fight, but fight implies that there is some fight in it, and it's not the case. Not all. I'm going to start with you. Sheffield Wednesday. You should have been down by about 6 weeks ago, shouldn't you?
We should have been down. We were, in my mind, we were down when we surrendered that 2-0 lead at Luton to lose, and that were. I don't know if that were February or March, but we were down then for me. We're still in it. I saw one of the Sheffield Star reporters tweet earlier saying, and it was the form guy that team's down there, and we're at form team with 2 wins in 10.
Yeah, that just about sums this relegation fight up. Jordan, Wayne Ruddy coming in, whenever he came in, I seem to recall a quote from him in January saying there's no way this club's going down. And it's just gone badly and worse and worse and worse, and look where we are now.
Well, exactly, it's just a gamble that didn't pay off, isn't it, really?
Yeah. Yeah, well, that I'm interested on Rooney, that it should be interesting, but it started okay, didn't it? It started was fine, and then something happened, and it's just gone really badly.
Yeah, I don't even know what happened today. It's probably something to do with the takeovers. Players weren't getting paid, and it just took a massive impact on us. But Rooney, in my opinion, Rooney's not up for it.
I saw something earlier about Christian Bielik's injury and how many games they'd actually won without him, and it were very low. I don't know when he got injured.
I think he got injured playing under 23s as well.
Yeah.
Wow.
That literally sums up every season. Ben, we've talked a lot on our podcast, but we should be out of sight by now, shouldn't we?
We should be out of sight. Derby should be out of sight. Derby have lost, I don't know how many games in a row now. At least 6. Derby were gone clear a month ago. Gone clear. And we should be. I don't know how we're still in it, I don't know. Honestly. How Wednesday's still in it, I don't know. This is the worst relegation fight of all time, isn't it?
Somehow Wickham are mathematically still in it. And they were going in about...
I can see him winning 13-0 on Saturday, to be honest. Every chance.
Yeah. So the permutations for Saturday, I'll try and run them off them. Sheffield Wednesday need to beat Derby and Rotherham to not win. Rotherham need to win, as well as Sheffield Wednesday pick up a draw, or Sheffield Wednesday win, which would mean Derby need to lose. All Derby have to do is better Rotherham's score result. So if Rotherham draw, Derby need to draw. Match it, sorry. The last couple of weeks have been topsy-turvy games. There's always with the game at the weekend where we were relegated for 70 minutes and then came back. I suspect Saturday's going to be something along the lines of that again.
Well, I don't know. There's been nothing topsy-turvy about any of our games, has there? You know what I mean? It's just, and you know, the looking at the other teams as well, with the exception probably of Derby, there's been nothing topsy-turvy about Wednesday's games either. They've just been one or the other, mainly garbage. I mean, Wednesday can't defend. We can't score. Derby can't do either. Well, I think the only fair result here is for EFL to step in and keep Wycombe up.
Well, what I say we should do is pretend that Peterborough haven't got promoted, and then we'll all just stay up and really, really upset Darmok Anthony.
Do you know, that'd be brilliant. That would. I mean, I have to be honest with you, and this is really sad and really pathetic. One of the most disappointing things if we go down will be the fact that we're not going to play Peterborough next season. That will really, really grate on me more than anything else.
Oh, I don't want to play him.
I do.
No.
But anyway.
Anyway. Jordan, back on Derby. The last 3 games in a row, going 1-0 up, and then end up losing to pretty basic goals. There's not. I'm going to ask you to try and do something that may well be impossible. What is the problem with their style of play? Is it just everything, or is there a specific area that's just?
I think it's everything. We just can't defend. We've got Kazim Richards up front who can score, and then after that, there's nothing else.
It should make for an interesting game Saturday. It should make for an interesting game Saturday that they keep going in front and losing, and we've not got a point from going behind. So something's got to give.
Yeah, we are on live. So anybody wants to comment on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube, please do. Ethan is Polish. We've come with him not all. He watched the Wednesday game against Forest, and it was 90 minutes of his life wasted. Thankfully, I only caught 45 minutes. But that were 45 minutes I'm not getting back.
Well, at least he's only watched that 90 minutes, not 45 games of it.
There were no. That was Wednesday's biggest game of the season because you win and you're in a decent position, and there were no real fight or anything. It was properly flat performance for a game that was vital.
There is no fight in that team, unfortunately. There hasn't been all season. They've shown up once, that was against Cardiff. There is ability. I'm not going to sit there, and that's the only little slither of hope I've got for Saturday, that if they do show up, they've got the ability. I think it's a better squad than Derby's, and it's a better squad than Rotherham's, but they haven't got any fight in them at all. And that's why we are where we are.
Has that improved since Moore's come in, the fight part?
No. I think the style is marginally better, but the fight's still not there. They're not up for it. They're mentally fragile. As soon as they concede a goal, they've lost.
How much do you think that? Sorry, Nuttall. How much do you think that what's going on behind the scenes is having an effect on players?
I have said all along it probably is doing. I mean, if you're not getting this is 4th time this season, it's been reported they're not getting paid. You're going to expect that to have an impact. But then it did come up on my time up last week. There were 10 years to the day since Crystal Palace did us on the final day, and they were in the same position then. And I can remember them scrapping every game and picking up points. But we haven't done that. There's a sense of personal pride, regardless, surely, in that they don't want to lose. They still surely rather keep championship status, keep a good reputation, even with that, if anything, it improved by the fact they're not getting paid. Oh, look at these, they're not getting paid and they're still turning up. I do think it's had an impact, but I don't accept it as an excuse.
I suppose same question for you, Jordan. How much do you think the takeover and the non-payment of players throughout the season has hampered the squad?
Well, I mean, when we first were getting took over by the guys from Saudi Arabia, or wherever it was, we actually looked promising. All the fans were getting hope and everything, and that just, I mean, how many months did that go on? Honestly, it took forever, and finally for it to fall through. I mean, Mel Morris having to pump more money in because there's no one to invest anything else.
Yeah, it's crazy. AG Miller on YouTube, he thinks we aren't winning, and he thinks Wednesday are going to do Derby. I'll be honest, I'm sneaking towards Wednesday staying up, which would be almost the worst result.
Statistic for you: we've beat Derby 3 in the last 25 games against them.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not well. Yeah, Ben, give me some positivity about Rotherham. Why are Rotherham going to stay up?
Listen, we should be gone clear. I don't know. I think we'll go down now. I've been thinking about it. We've had our chance, honestly. Everyone's had the chance. Whoever goes down, I think, deserves to go down. Because we've all had our chance. Like Nuttall said, Wednesday, I think they've got one of the best squads. Not best squads in Championship, but one of the better squads down there. But I said they've got no fight. I think all three of us deserve to go down. But I don't know. I think we'll stay up, to be honest, actually. I changed my mind. I think we'll stay up. Thinking about it. I think we'll stay up.
It's so unlike you to change your mind, Ben.
I was going to say, regular
halfway
viewers
through a
and listeners
sentence.
will know. But yeah, well, Ben knows. And it normally takes me to question him, and then he sort of questions himself, but he just makes you do it all by yourself there, Ben. Well done, mate.
Thank you.
John C. Rotherham have one advantage. We pay the players. That
Good point.
Yeah. Well, if there was a extra point, Mick, for the well-run club, then we'd get that. But it doesn't. At the end of the day, it doesn't really matter on the pitch.
It's a difficult one because Nuttall and Jordan are here, and I don't want to sound as though I'm being either one smug, because obviously we've been in a similar situation financially. Or two, just sort of, like all partisan because it's a Rotherham United podcast and everything else. But I'm going to do it anyway, and I don't mean it against you two. You look at the way both Sheffield Wednesday owners and Derby County owners have behaved over the past few years, and if there were any justice, they wouldn't stay up. They don't. The owners of those clubs, and this is not about the supporters at all in any way. Maybe about Wednesday fans, but it's not about supporters in any way. It's about the owners of these clubs that have taken a massive gamble to the detriment of everybody else in the division. Well, not everybody else, because there's loads of others doing it. Reading, as I go on about regularly, and everybody else is suffering as a result. So, for me, for that reason only, I want to see Wednesday and Derby go down. Wednesday need to go down to be able to get rid of their owner. I think that's the only way they're ever going to get rid of him.
It won't go anyway.
I know it won't.
I can't see him going anyway.
And Derby are just they've done the same thing as Wednesday did and didn't get punished for it. For me, in my head,
I'm going to say they put it in right year's accounts. That's why they got
it. But ultimately, I mean, we laugh and joke about it, and part of it is funny, but another part of it isn't. It's not right. It's just fiddling figures. Whichever way you look at it, selling something you own already to yourself can hardly be classed as legitimate, can it? You know what I mean? So, for me, for that reason, they deserve to go down. But I don't think one of them will. I'm not sure which one though.
No, it does seem, and this is very strange for a club like us. We seem to have the support of the rest of the division. Everybody seems to want Derby and Wednesday to go down, and for the same reasons as Mick's just mentioned. And it's not normal.
No, it's not the same reasons. It's we're the big fish and you're not.
Well, if you said so.
Oh, he's flirting with danger now.
Race Medley thinks that Wednesday will beat Derby and Woody to get a winner at Cardiff, which, bear in mind, George Hurst is out injured. Means another ex-Wednesday player's got to come up with good somehow, and Woody's due a goal. Should be bloody brilliant. Briefly, we'll talk about what relegation means for your club if you go down, because we might as well briefly talk about it. Jordan, if Derby go down, Hull are a good example. Hull went down and have come straight back up. But there's other clubs like Ipswich, Sunderland, who haven't. What category are you putting Derby in? If the worst happens, you go down, is it a good springboard, or is it potentially going to be a disaster?
I don't think we're coming back up straight away. Maybe a season or two, but we're not coming back up straight away. We're going to lose some big players, and the owners, that needs to get sorted out first, because no money. It's just going to be pumping youth players through, and these youth players don't have enough experience to be put, first names on the team sheet.
Is there any talk about Rooney? I don't know if Rooney probably don't want to talk about it. If you go down, is a talk that Rooney will stay or not?
There's rumours going that regardless of what happens when this new owner comes in, he's getting rid of him regardless. But we've got Steve McLaren as a technical director, and we're not using him, so it's our own daft fault, really.
Yeah, it's not a great sign when I know McLaren's got history, but when you're relying on Steve McLaren to come and save the day, that's not ideal in any league, really.
No, it isn't.
Not all your thoughts as well. Wednesday go down. Is it going to be an Ipswich, Sunderland, or can you do a Hull?
We'll not come straight back. I can't decide whether it'd be a good thing to go down or not, to be honest with you. And I think a lot of Wednesday fans are similar in that respect, in that we've got a lot of players out of contract, and I fear that if we were to stay up, they'd try and keep some of them, and that would be a bad idea. I think if we were to go down, they'd clear the decks and get rid of them all. I'm not sure, to be honest, one way or the other, which way to go. I can't see us coming. I can't see us coming back at the first attempt.
Yeah, the something we've got, Ben, which they haven't got, is if we do go down, it's fine. This is what we do, innit? We are the club that knows how to go up, knows how to come down, and we're pretty steady about it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I think we'll obviously lose big players. Everyone does when they go down, but like I say, we've got a good foundation at club, good relationship between chairman and manager, which is rare to have nowadays. So if we go down, I think we'll go straight back up. I've got no doubt. Even if we don't go straight back up, we won't suffer. I don't think. I think we'll be in a good position no matter what next season.
Mick, I assume you agree.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's going to be a tough division next year, League One, because there are some decent teams down there. Sunderland are obviously going to start spending money again because I think they've had a change of ownership, haven't they? So they're going to start throwing money about like a man with no arms again. It's inevitable. That's what's going to happen. So they're going to be ones to beat. Wickham will be tough, possibly.
If
we'll have to wait and see on that. So if Ainsworth stays, but we've got a manager who's got 100% record at getting out of that division, haven't we? He's done it twice, so we'll see. We'll see. I don't know what to think, to be honest. You know, I just don't want to think about the whole situation. It's just bizarre.
No.
Bizarre.
It is. Owen on YouTube got a funny feeling Matic in the last minute, but then again, knowing local Derby will win anyways. And John Morrell, a Birmingham fan, thinks Cardiff will win, and then Derby on Wednesday to play out a draw, which would obviously.
Oh, come on, John! I thought you were my mate. Come on.
Just like one last question each before we wrap up. If you survive, Jordan, if everything goes well and survival's there, what's the long? Again, is it? I suppose it's difficult to answer any of these questions. Bearing in mind the ownership issues, can you see a future until that's resolved?
No, I don't think we'd see anything until that's resolved because, I mean, have you seen the stuff that Alonso about what's Champions League football for us? So, I mean, wait until he gets in and then we'll see where we're at. But no, we've got some big players, going back from loan, out of contract at the end of the season. And if the owners don't sort themselves out, we're going to go down next season anyway. So it's a bit of a sticky one.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not so smokeless on the More Than Monkeys predictions. I predicted Derby as the playoff winners this season. So that's not going great.
Aren't they? They're like Reading, they're either playoffs or relegation fight.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not all, by rights, and what I mean by that is you haven't broken the rules, you would be safe. Is that a good sign going forward, or do you feel like you sort of where you should be in the relegation fight?
We are where we should be. We got ourselves out of it at the end of the day. At one time early on in the season, we were out of this. So the points deduction thing sort of went away at that stage, and we've still managed to conspire to get ourselves back into it. So going forward, has anybody got a clue what is going to happen at Wednesday? Because nobody hears anything from chairman, don't know what he's doing, and I don't think he knows what he's doing.
Does he even speak English? Does he even speak English?
Yeah, he does speak English. But
if EFL don't think it's very good English, or they think he's either doesn't speak very good English, or he's lying about the fact he doesn't speak very good English, according to the EFL.
He can speak English, he just can't add up.
Yeah, he can't, and he hasn't got a clue about football, which is not very much use as a football chairman.
No. Yeah, I mean, I'm worrying for Derby, John, that Chancery's last. Bear in mind, Chancery knows nothing about football. His last advisor was your potential new owner.
And he kicked him out for not knowing how.
This just gets worse and worse, doesn't it? It just gets worse.
Mick, how big of an achievement is it for Rotherham United if Rotherham United stay up? How big an achievement is that for us? Bear in mind where we've come from and budgets and everything else that Sky Sports like to throw at us. How big of an achievement is it, or is it just what we should do?
It's what we should be doing. Let's not make any mistake about this. We have got enough quality in our squad to stay in this division. You look at the other teams that we've played in this league, some of them, and I mentioned it last night, and I've obviously got a lot of stick on Twitter today about Luton Town. The Luton Towns, the Millwalls of this division, we're flying high, literally flying high in comparison to our three teams. And they are not good sides. They are not good footballing sides. They've got there because they take their chances. We are where we are because we didn't. Yeah, I mean, we've obviously had some other issues in terms of COVID. We've had, 2 lots of COVID outbreaks, playing 6 games in 18 days, having Gavin Ward and Darren Bond refereeing games. I say refereeing, turning up and running about it middle and blowing the whistle occasionally. We've got a goalkeeper out with a fractured eye socket, and it cost us a 1-0 defeat. That game, so. And I know that we can all say these things, and I accept that, and I'm not using that as an excuse. But the reason we are where we are is our own fault. But if we do stay up, if we're able to stay up, we will kick on next year. We will definitely kick on next year. If we go down, then we're going to have to start all over again, aren't we?
Yeah, probably. So we're going to finish off now with a couple of comments, and then while I'm getting these comments up, I want you to all think of the one team you think is going to stay up. So John C, the only player he thinks Rotherham will lose is some loanies. Adrian Miller says, I know it's been relegated before and always comes back up. It's just annoying how it happens all the time. It is, but it's fun sometimes. It's not boring, is it?
That's the one thing I'm sort of looking forward to. We ought to win a few more next season than we have for the last few years, at least.
Yeah. There's some great away days in League One. It's not, you've seen Sky Sports like to do it. It's end of the world, it's disaster. League One's not a bad league to be in. I know it's tough, but it is fun to be in the league. There's some great games, some great away days, some big clubs down there. It wouldn't be the end of the world, although none of us want it. Let's put it that way.
Wednesday, Cheltenham for bargain price of £52.
Yeah, there is that. Starting with you, Mick. Who is going to stay up?
Derby.
Okay. Jordan?
I'm saying Wednesday.
Nuttall?
Derby. Both draws for me.
And Ben?
I think Rotherham.
God, you're the only one that's picked your own team, aren't you? I'm going to say Derby.
I picked my own team?
Yeah, you're the only one.
Oh, right. I thought you said no one did.
No. I can't see us winning. I can't see us scoring enough goals to win a game, i.e. 1. And then it's down to Wednesday and Derby, and I think I can't see Wednesday winning. I can't see Derby winning, so it's probably going to be. It could end up being 5-5. Knowing your two clubs, it could be something ridiculous and end up being a stupid scoreline.
We've only scored more than 2 in a game once all season, like I wouldn't.
Well, yeah.
Prediction out there.
I don't actually think it's going to be 5-5. I say it could be, knowing how stupid this relegation fight's been. With the one game in all season, all 3 teams turn up and just batter each other or whatever. I don't know. It's going to be crazy. I'm looking forward to it, but I'm not looking forward to it. Raise your hand if you are looking forward to it. Cool.
I think we all think exactly the same thing. Let's just get it over and done with. Just get rid of it. Just weigh it off, and we can all go on as jollies to Cleethorpes or wherever. Because we ain't going nowhere else, are we? And just forget about it.
It just bothers you as well in lead up. That's it. I couldn't watch that game last night. I felt like I was having a heart attack all the way through it.
Yeah. It's all consuming. All I can think about now is this relegation fight. If it were on tonight, I'd be happy to just get it out of the way and done. I agree. So we're going to wrap it up there so we can all go off and watch some Champions League football. So thank you very much for listening and watching and comments that everybody's put through. And please subscribe to YouTube, follow us on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram or wherever else you can find us. The podcast will be out on Friday morning. We may or may not have something in between, but we will try. Jordan, thank you for joining us, mate. It's been brilliant.
No worries. Cheers.
And Nuttall, thank you very much.
No worry. Hope I didn't wind anybody up too much with Rotherham Owls thing.
Yeah, you definitely probably did. If you thought Nuttall were good, he is on the Northern Monkeys football show. So if anybody hasn't listened to that yet, give him a listen. That'll be out on Friday morning, the next episode of that one as well. And Benjamin, you didn't say anything too controversial, didn't call anybody lazy. That's definitely a step in the right direction.
Thanks.
And Mick, I don't think you've upset any Luton fans. Do you want to try and upset some before we leave, or are you just going to
leave it as is? The garbage. just if anybody from Luton podcast watching, if you want me to count you in, I can give you a count in, then I can give you a quick snippet. You can just clip that bit, put that on Twitter. Everybody's happy. 3, 2, 1. They're garbage. Luton rubbish.
Oh God! Okay, get ready. Right, and thank you all. We will see you on Friday morning for the next episode. Thank you very much. Freddy's on 1-on-1. Freddy's finished shoot. Can they go shot? Yeah!